Hello, my loves. We're back with another Britney ranking. I have been looking forward to doing this one specifically because today, the day that I'm recording this, November 29th, 2023, this is the 10th anniversary of Britney Jean. Now, this was the first Britney album. I remember being there when it dropped. I started standing Britney during Femme Fatale era. Like, that was when I started standing, but I didn't witness Femme Fatale actually dropping. I think I got into her around the time I Wanna Go and Criminal dropped. So I didn't actually witness the launch of Femme Fatale, but I started really following her in 2011. But this was the first album that I remember dropping, and I remember being there. I stayed up late. I literally listened to every single song. It was midnight, and I was I was in a mood. I was in a very strange mood for the rest of the day. This album is definitely her weakest. I mean, we could just say it, it's definitely not her best. It was pretty infamous when it came out, and it has just garnered the reputation as being her worst. There's a lot of controversy surrounding it. Some people don't even think she's singing on the damn thing. I mean, yeah, I don't think she is either, at least on some of the songs. But this album is definitely interesting to talk about. And as much flack as it gets, I actually do like it. I actually do really enjoy Britney Jean, but you kind of need to recognize that this is not her best work. But Britney at 10% capacity is just better than anyone else at 100% capacity. So it's even though Britney Jean isn't a great album, it is still one that I just find so fascinating to talk about. I really think that this is just a very, very interesting album to look at. So I am going to be ranking the songs from my personal least favorites to my personal favorites. So let's just get right into it. Number 13, we all know that it's going to be this. It's Chillin' With You with Jamie Lynn. The song is so funny. The song is so ridiculous. It is so dreamy and whimsical in the verses, and then just all of a sudden it just immediately smacks you with this ridiculous chorus that just doesn't make sense. The song does not make sense. Sometimes you can have a song that gives you whiplash. I really do think that it's not the craziest thing to have a song that might have multiple different sounds or goes from one extreme to the other, but it just does not work in this case. This song is a mess. It really is just a mess. And what's funny is I don't even hate the verses. I mean, I like I laughed so much that I cried. I danced so much till I was tired. It's cute, it's fine, I guess. It is a cute song in the verses, but yeah, it really is just that little beat drop in the chorus that really ruins it. And I love a beat drop, I love a good dance track, but it just does not mesh. This song just does not mesh. It is two discordant parts that don't make any sense. And as far as Jamie Lynn being in it, I mean, listen, I do think in theory it is a very cute idea to have Britney and Jamie Lynn on a track. I mean, I know that their relationship, wherever it stands now, it does seem to be kind of tense or fractured or whatever. But I mean, I still believe that there's love between them. They are sisters. So in theory, I think that a duet between them would actually be really cute, but this was just not the one. This was not the one. I will say it is a guilty pleasure of mine. I actually do enjoy it for how ridiculous it is. But yeah, it's absolutely not a great song. It's probably, I don't know if I would say it's Britney's worst song, but it's a contender. It is absolutely a contender. And also, frankly, I do think that this is one of the songs that Britney is not singing on. I think that this is my Marie singing. Obviously, that's never been totally confirmed, but it sounds off. Britney does not sound exactly like Britney in this song. So it is kind of funny to think the duet with her sister on the album that was marketed as her most personal album, she's not even singing with her sister. I mean, that is kind of comical. Yeah, there's just layers to this song, and none of the layers are particularly good. That is Chillin' With You. Number 12 is Hold On Tight. Do you guys remember when one of the versions of this album was printed? I don't know if it was the Japanese version or something, I don't know. But there was a version of this album that was printed, and on the CD case it spelled tight wrong. It spelled it Tite. That is so iconic. Honestly, that is just so funny. Imagine having that bad of a typo on a major label release. That's crazy. But Hold On Tight, the song is pretty. The song is actually really pretty. I will say, like, I genuinely don't aside from Chillin' With You, I don't think any of the songs on Britney Jean are, like, outright bad. I just don't think that they're up to Britney standards. I mean, that's, like, just how it is. But, yeah, Hold On Tight, like, I think it's a good song. I actually think it's very pretty. She, or whoever is singing it, sounds very good. And it's very, I don't know, sentimental sounding. Like, that's what it is. It's just a very, like, sweet sounding song. I think that it's supposed to be about, like, God. Like, to me, there's very, like, religious undertones. Like, in the chorus, when she says, "He comes to me in my dreams and tells me what I need to know. He makes me feel so at ease and guides me to the lights above." Like, I think that it's supposed to be about, like, maybe she's getting a message, or, like, she's seeing God, or, like, having some sort of religious experience. I don't know. Like, that's always what I took from it, and I think that that's a really, like, nice idea for a song, and I feel like it was probably meaningful to Britney, like, if she is singing it. I'm not sure, like, I'm not 1,000% sure. But, Hold On Tight, like, the song is pretty. It's very dreamy, it's very, like, ethereal sounding. I like how big the chorus is. And, yeah, it's not really one that I revisit a lot, but it's good, like, it's fine. There's really nothing necessarily that wrong with it. Okay, actually, I have one really petty complaint. In the chorus, when she's saying, "He makes me feel so at ease," it sounds like she's saying, "He makes me feel sweaty." And, like, it always kind of, like, takes me out of the song. Like, I know what she's saying, but when I first listened to the song, I was like, "He makes you feel sweaty?" Like, what is she talking about right now? But, yeah, that's, like, the only petty complaint I have about the song. The song is pretty. I don't think that there's anything, like, that wrong with it. It's just, like, fine. The only reason it's lower is because I just listened to the other songs more. Number 11 is It Should Be Easy. These two are tied. These two are, like, actually tied. Like, these can switch places. It Should Be Easy, I used to not like because, well, some more backstory. Like, I used to really not love Big Fat Bass on Femme Fatale. I didn't hate it, but I also didn't, like, stan it. And I just remember being like, okay, will.i.am doesn't need to be on a Britney track. Because I was kind of biased. I was just like, I don't need a man on a Britney track. Like, I just don't come here for that. And then they came out with Scream and Shout. And I always did love that song. So that one he got a pass for. But then I saw that he was producing a lot of this album and he was featured on this. And I was like, did I need that? Not necessarily, but I'll give it a chance. And then I listened to It Should Be Easy, and I was like, no. Like, I just did not really like the song at first. And I think over the years, maybe I've just become more receptive to, like, a silly, fun dance track. Actually, yeah, no, like, I would definitely describe my taste in music as just being, like, silly, fun, and stupid, and mindless. Like, that's the kind of music that I like, and that's what It Should Be Easy is. I just don't think it necessarily stands out. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think that it's fun, it's cute, but it's kind of generic. It sounds like any other song that would have came out in 2013. That's the thing. I just don't think it really does a lot to separate itself. I will say, like, I like Britney's vocoded vocals, or, you know, whoever is singing's vocoded vocals. And I do like the chorus when it just, like, goes off and you have the big EDM moment. Like, it's fun. It is fun. It actually reminds me a lot of Selena Gomez's album, Stars Dance. Like, I could actually totally see the song on that album now that I'm thinking about it. And I love Stars Dance. That's my favorite Selena album, so definitely a compliment. But It Should Be Easy. Like, it's just, it sounded dated upon arrival. That's the thing. A lot of Britney Jean just sounded dated from the second that it came out. Like, to me, this sounds like a scrapped reject from Femme Fatale. And Femme Fatale is a great album, but it was very much a product of its time, which isn't a bad thing, but, you know, like, it belonged in 2011. And this song sounds like they just took, like, a reject from Femme Fatale and, like, slapped on a little bit more production and called it a day. Like, I just don't really think that it's that strong. Like, I'm sorry, it just does not do much to separate itself. I will say, like, I enjoy it. It's fun. I'll dance to it. If it came on at a club, like, let's be real, I would lose my shit. Like, I would absolutely lose my shit if Anywhere played It Should Be Easy. I think it would be more out of the shock factor out of anyone playing the song. But, yeah, like, it's fun. It's fine. Like, I think that the song gets a lot of hate for just being this, like, mess. And, like, I understand it, but I also don't think it's that deep. Like, this is a cute dance track. It's fine. Whatever. We can move on. Number 10 is Brightest Morning Star. You Are My Light When It Gets Dark. The song is really cute. I just think the song's adorable. I believe it's about her kids. It could also be about Jesus or something. I don't know. I always saw it as her kids, and I think that it's really sweet. I think that she sounds gorgeous in it. I think it is her singing on this one. I am like 80% sure that it's her singing on this one. And it sounds like a lullaby. That's the thing. Like, I could just like picture Britney singing this to a child to like lull them to sleep or something. Like, that is just a very like adorable visual. But I just think that the song is pretty. It sounds like a Disney princess song or something. It's cute. It's really cute. I think it's very endearing. And also, I feel like the production actually isn't super dated on this one. I think that the danciness of this album doesn't get in the way of the song. Because the problem with a lot of Britney Jean is, even if she did claim that it was like her most personal album or whatever, there's just too much like loud production that's just getting in the way of her voice a lot of the times. And I feel like the song doesn't do that. I feel like the song actually gives room to Britney to breathe and be expressive and really like feel the lyrics. So I do think the song works. I have it lower just because I simply listen to the other songs more. I feel like if I was ranking this album objectively, this would probably be in the top 5. But this is just like my personal favorite, and I do like the song, I just like the other songs better, that's really it. Number 9 is Now That I Found You. This song always sounded like Wake Me Up by Avicii. Does anyone else ever get that? I feel like it definitely sounds like it because it has like that country like sound mixed with EDM. I don't know, it always just reminded me of that. But Now That I Found You, this is a bop. Like, this is a really fun song. I also really love the production in like the verses. It just sounds so like ethereal. Like, I really love like the pretty like spacey ethereal sound that it has. And her voice, Britney's or Maya's, sounds very, very good. I just think that it works. Like, it just works as a dance track, and there's really nothing deeper to say about it. Like, I just think that it's a fun 2013 EDM song. It has that big like drop in the chorus. You get like that banjo playing in the background. And also, I do kind of like the lyrics. I love the first verse where she's like, on a shameless night in a nameless place, I thought that love was a hopeless case till I found you. Like, that's so pretty. And lived a wasteful life in a hateful city. There was no love, just pain and pity. Like, that's really pretty. Like, I just think that that sounds very like poetic and very like sweet. And it's just a shame that these really good lyrics are kind of wasted on a pretty generic song. This is the issue with Britney Jean in general. I just think that the production on a lot of these songs is just very generic. That's not even to say that it's bad necessarily. It's just anyone else could have made a lot of these songs. And like the Britney spark, the Britney touch wasn't necessarily there because obviously this album was made as like a kind of a cash grab for the Piece of Me residency. So I just don't think that her heart was necessarily in it. I think at first it was, because if I'm like remembering this correctly, I feel like she was actually involved in this album's production at first, but as time went on, like there was more control from her team to go in the direction that they wanted to go in, basically. And I feel like her vision kind of got lost. I don't know if that's exactly what happens, but I kind of have a feeling like maybe something like that was what went down. And that's kind of how we ended up with this. Like, this was obviously a rushed product that was made just to capitalize on her residency. And isn't timeless like the rest of her albums because she did not have the touch that she wanted to have. She did not put in the input that makes all of her other albums so amazing, like, frankly. And it's a shame because there are glimpses of greatness in this album. There really are, but it's all kind of drowned out by this really, really generic dance production that anyone could have done. So Now That I Found You, yeah, it's a good dance track, but is it great? No. So that is my number 9. Number 8 is Till It's Gone. Same thing, really. I mean, this is a fun dance track. I enjoyed this track a lot, actually. I love the lyrics. I love, I'm blind from the tears that fall like rain, so lost ever since you went away. It's, yeah, poetic. It's a good dance track because great dance tracks have sad lyrics, and then the production just, like, makes you forget about it. That is what makes a really good dance track. Like, you need to have the sad lyrics offsetting the really intense production, and I actually do like how the song sounds. Like, it just goes off. Like, I really do think that this one just kind of goes off. And again, it's just like, I just don't have much to say about it. Like, this is another one that I just feel anyone could sing, and it's not that that's a bad thing. Like, if anyone else was singing this song, I'd be like, oh my god, yes, a bop. But from Britney, it's like, yeah, it's still a bop, but I'm not, like, impressed. That's the thing. Like, I'm not super impressed. And also, I feel like it's Maya singing on this one. I don't know. To me, it sounds a little bit more like Maya Marie singing on this one. I don't think that it's 100% Britney on this one, but yeah, that's just my speculation. I like the song. Like, I really do actually enjoy it. I love the beat drop. I love the build up where it's like, you never know what you got till it's gone. Like, it's fun. Like, it is really fun, but that's all that I could say. Like, yeah, I just really am struggling to even think about something to say about these songs, because at a certain point they all kind of blend together, and this one especially, I just feel like this is the one that kind of represents Britney Jean the most. Like, if you want to get the essence of this album, like, this is the most middle of the road, like, quintessential sounding Britney Jean song. Like, if you just want to get what this album is about, you listen to the song and you kind of understand. It's not that it's bad, it is just simply mid. Like, it's a middle of the road dance track. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's nothing particularly stand out about it either. Number 7 is Don't Cry. I'm sorry, I should not be singing. I can't say if anyone is ever crying or if I'm crying or whatever, I just naturally sing Don't Cry in my head. Like, that is just the stamp that Britney has, like, on my psyche. Like, that is just the holds that she has. I literally can't see someone crying without singing the song. Don't Cry, this is actually a really good song. I will say, this is probably one of the actual, like, better songs on Britney Jean. It sounds very pretty. I love, like, the industrial, kind of like robotic sounding production that offsets her voice in the verses. I just think that it actually works. Like, I really do think it works, especially for this album. Like, I feel like when this album gets down the, like, mixture of robotic production, robotic, like, electropop production, mixed with emotional lyrics and an emotional, like, vulnerable vocal delivery from Britney/Maya, I feel like it actually can get it right sometimes, and this is the probably best example of that, or at least one of the best examples. I think that the lyrics are really good. I love when it starts and she's just like, if they told me it's over, I wouldn't believe it, because you know we both care, but we gotta get over the mountain, we can't keep standing there. Like, it's just really a good, like, breakup song. It's a really good, like, melancholic, sad song mixed with genuinely pretty, like, decent production. I don't know. I feel like the production on this song, yeah, it's dated and it definitely sounds of its time, but I still think it's good. Like, I think that it's fine. Like, I think that this track works well as a sad dance track, and the best dance tracks are sad, like I was saying. And also, the chorus is really catchy. I think that this has probably one of the catchiest choruses on this album. It is really sticky. It will stay in your head. And I love the post-chorus, obviously, of, like, the don't cry, don't cry. Like, I am telling you, I cannot see someone crying, or I can't be crying without singing the song. So, yeah, definitely has had a mark on me, at least. I think that this is actually, like, genuinely a good song. This is, if I was, again, ranking this album objectively, this would probably be in the top, I don't know, 5, maybe. Yeah, probably would be in the top 5. But, yeah, I just like the other songs a little tiny bit more. And speaking of, number 6 is Tick Tick Boom. Okay, I don't think that the song is a better song than Don't Cry, I just enjoy it more. Tick Tick Boom is, like, the ultimate, like, guilty pleasure Britney Spears song for me. It's like a joke with me and my friend, like, if I'm bringing up a Britney Spears song, it'll be Tick Tick Boom, or, like, Pretty Girls or something, I don't know, just, like, the guilty pleasure ones. Tick Tick Boom, I just really enjoy because it's stupid, you know, like, it's a mindless, fun dance track, but I think it just works better. Like, I can't really explain it just works. I love how it starts, how she just comes in hard with, like, you got a sex siren in your face, let me get up on it. And, like, I love the pre-chorus of, like, the hush, please no more games, no more of the same thing. Like, it's just fun. It's just a really fun song to sing along with. And then the chorus, of course, just like, tick, 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 boom. Like, it's so dumb. It's just dumb fun. Like, that is why I really just enjoy it. Like, there's really nothing deeper to it. I just think that it's a fun dance track, and really, that's it. I just feel like it works better. I can't really explain why. It's just, for some reason, this one hits for me more than the other ones, and that's why it's higher up. Like, I really do just genuinely get a kick out of this song. I just think that it's silly, goofy fun. And also, maybe it's literally just me, but it always just sounded like she was saying dick, dick, boom. Like, it always just sounded like that to me. I mean, maybe that just speaks more to me. Maybe I just have dick on the brain a little too much. But this song, it's just like a guilty pleasure of mine. All of Britney Jean really is a guilty pleasure of mine, but this song, like, especially is the one where I'm just like, yeah, maybe I like it a little too much considering like what it is, but I don't know. It's just a fun, goofy dance track, and that's why I like it. And speaking of, number 5 is Body Ache. These two are tied. These two can pretty much switch places at like any minute. Body Ache, I just think, yeah, it's fun. Like, again, I'm sorry, I just can't really think of anything else to say, but this one is just a good dance track. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. I like the production on it. I like the snappiness of the verses, like the whole, on a whole nother level, you got a one-way ticket, like it's catchy. And then I love how it slows down the chorus with the whole, I wanna dance till my body ache. Like, it's fun. It is just really fun. And the little, like, post-chorus breakdown, it's good. Like, I just really think that this is, like, a fun, like, well-produced dance track. I like how spacey it sounds. I have a thing for spacey songs. We know this. Like, this song to me sounds like it could be set in space. Like, my idea for a video for this would be her, like, dancing on, like, a spaceship with a bunch of aliens or something, and it would be really campy. Like, the end of Break Free by Ariana Grande video vibes, like, that kind of thing. I don't know, like, just a really, like, stupid, fun, like, sci-fi themed thing. That's what I get from it. I don't know, it just sounds, like, very sci-fi to me. I really enjoy Body Ache. Like, I actually just genuinely think that this is a good song. It's not the deepest. It doesn't have to be. Like, it really is just a fun, like, good party track. Number 4 is Perfume. Definitely, like, the slowest song on this album. The pretty much one ballad. It sounds very out of place. Like, it sounds so like it does not belong here, but I don't think that makes it bad at all. Like, I think that this is actually just a very well done, pretty ballad. This one, I really do, like, think that she was involved in. I mean, she was. Like, she was a songwriter on this one, and you could tell because it really does, like, tell a good story. If I'm not mistaken, it was about her ex-fiance, Jason Trawick, and yeah, I just really like it because she's showing a vulnerable side, and it is very emotional. It is, like, genuinely, this is actually a personal song on this album. Like, you really can hear, like, the vulnerability and the heartbreak in her voice. I also love the concept of her, like, spraying her perfume on her man as basically her saying, like, I hope your mistress smells this. Like, I hope that bitch can smell this. Like, I really like that. I just think that that's a cool idea for a song, and yeah, it is really sad, but it's also very pretty. Like, I really like the production on this one. Again, it just sounds ethereal. Like, I will always say this, my favorite Britney is, like, ethereal knee. Like, songs like this, songs like Don't Hang Up, songs like And Then We Kiss, like, that's my favorite lane for Swimming in the Stars. Like, that's my favorite lane of Britney. I just love when she goes for that, like, I don't know, like, heavenly sounding, like, ascending type of song. And the song, it isn't totally like that, but it's close to it. And I love, like, the piano. Like, the piano is so, like, gorgeous in it, and it really just complements her vocals. Like, I really just think that this is a very well done, very underrated ballad. I feel like this one actually should have been a hit, but unfortunately it just wasn't, like, huge. But I do think that it deserves its flowers. Now, the question is, what perfume was she spraying on this man? Was it Fantasy? Was it Curious? Was it Prerogative? Was it Fantasy Intense or whatever? I actually have only ever used Fantasy, like the base Fantasy from Britney. Whenever I get perfumes, I usually do the Ariana Grande ones. I just love those ones the most. But I see Britney Spears perfumes all over the place at like Marshalls or like TJ Maxx or something. And I always say that I should pick them up, but I have way too many scents. But I love the original Fantasy. It's just such a good like everyday wear. I literally, that's my going to do errands scent. Like, that is the one that I just, like, drown myself in if I'm, like, running errands or something. It's just a very good, like, inoffensive, everyday wear that's, like, pleasant and everyone would like. I just think that it is such a, like, actually great perfume. That one has stood the test of time. I need to stop talking about actual perfume right now because I will just go off, like, forever. Number 3 is Passenger. Passenger is another one that I actually think is just, like, genuinely a really good song. I love how it's kind of power ballady. Like, I love how it just feels, like, big and grand, and I love the explosive chorus of, like, the, I'll let you lead the way now, because I want you to take the wheel. And also, I think that, okay, first of all, I fully don't believe Britney is singing on this. Like, I genuinely just do not think that it is her on this track. It might be, I don't know, I could be mistaken, but I do think that this was a Maya song. She might have some, like, backing vocals, or she might, like, be singing some lines. I don't know. Like, I just don't 100% believe that it's all Britney on this one. But, like, whatever. Like, I actually just think that the lyrics do apply to Britney really well because it's about her not wanting to give over control of her life and finding someone who she's comfortable letting lead the way. And I just really love that. Like, that's a really, like, a nice concept for a song. As someone who is a control freak, like, I really just think that that is something that's relatable to me, and I think that's maybe why I've, like, always resonated with this one. I will say, it is kind of, like, ironic talking about it now, like, seeing how she literally was controlled by her team and her family for so long. So there is, like, kind of this darkness over the song. I mean, there's a darkness over her career in general, but, like, especially during, like, this era and, like, this album, totally you could feel it. But yeah, I just think, like, in a vacuum, like, removing all that context, this song just is genuinely great, and it's so catchy. Like, this is really, like, a catchy, like, fun song. I feel like this is one that you could throw on and anyone would love. Like, I talked about it in my the Britney Spears songs that should have been singles video. I really think that this could have been, like, a decent single. It definitely plays well to, like, everyone, and like I said in that video, it could play well to soccer moms as well as it could play to, like, younger people. So yeah, I totally feel like this song has a mass appeal that would have made it, I don't know if I would have called it, like, it would have been a hit if it was a single, but I think it could have done well. I don't know, with the proper promotion, with the proper push, maybe it could have done, like, a decent numbers, who knows. But yeah, Passenger, this is a bop. This is actually just, like, a really good song. Number 2, You Better Work, Bitch. I love this song. I mean, this is definitely a Britney staple at this point. I feel like this one rightfully belongs among, like, the Britney classics. I don't know, I just think that this is a really fun, goofy, campy, great song, and it's very Britney. Like, that is what I've always loved about this song. Like, it is so quintessentially her. Like, I really can't picture anyone else singing this, like, genuinely, because she brings so much to it. Mainly her vocal performance. Like, I really just think that she's having fun with this one. Like, she really is, like, well, the parts that she is singing. I am so sorry. I keep, like, mentioning, like, the Maya Marie stuff. I just can't, like, help it with this album. Like, I really do just feel like a lot of this album just, frankly, was not sung by her. But, on this song, I don't think some of it was sung by her, but I do think there are parts where, especially, like, when she's doing the British accent with the whole, like, go call the police, go call the governor, like, it's so funny, and I feel like those parts are her. Maybe they're not, I don't know, I might be mishearing, but, regardless, I just feel like the Britney personality is in this. Like, this is a quintessential Britney Spears song. I just truly can't see anyone else singing this. I just love how hard it goes. I love how it's just this wicked up-tempo, gay dance track. It's so, like, insane. I just think that it goes off. It really does just go off. There's nothing much more to say. I just really enjoyed this one a lot. I hear this one in clubs a lot. Like, this is still one that just gets rotation, and for good reason. Like, this is a party song, and there is nothing wrong with a good party song. Like, I just think that this one works really well, and there's nothing much deeper to say about it. I love the video too. Oh my god, the video is so, like, over the top, so extra, so, like, sexual and just in your face. Yeah, I really love everything about Work Bitch. Work Bitch is one that I loved at first, and it just keeps growing on me year after year. Like, I feel like every time that I listen to it, I like it a little bit more, and that is definitely the sign of a well-made song. So this one, yeah, this one definitely deserves to be among her classics. I don't think it's, like, one of her best songs necessarily. I just think that when you think of Britney Spears, like, this is one that deserves to be in the lineup of her, like, big singles, you know? It might not be as big as a lot of her other ones, but it definitely is still one that should be in the conversation. This is a very Britney song, if that makes sense. I feel like this is the Britney Spears lovers Britney Spears song. So that is Work Bitch. My number 1 is Alien. Alien is literally one of my favorite Britney Spears songs of all time. I could say confidently it is in my top 30 favorite Britney Spears songs of all time. I just really resonate with the song on a deeply, like, personal level. Like, this is just a very personal song to me. I love how it's about her feeling like she's otherworldly, like how she feels like she doesn't fit in and that she, like, lost herself. Like in the first verse where she's saying, like, I tried, but I never figured it out, why I always felt like a stranger in the crowd. To me, I always read that line, and really the whole song, as her saying, I don't know who I am anymore, and I've, like, lost myself, and it makes me feel like I just don't even belong on this planet. Like, I don't even, like, feel comfortable around literal other human beings. And I just think that that is so, like, deep. Like, it actually is, like, a very clever song. And I love how she uses the alien metaphor to relay that. I just actually do think that this song works so incredibly well for Britney, and that's why it's sad that I don't even know if it is her singing on this one. Again, like, I just am not sure if it's even her, like, singing this one. it does kind of sound like her. I want to say it is her. I don't know 100%, but if it's not, that would like really, really break my heart, because this one, I just actually do feel it for her. I just think that the message makes so much sense for Britney Spears of all people, and it's a message that I really connect with too. Like I said, I just feel the song on a soul level. Like, yes, there are many times that I just feel like I don't belong either, and like I feel like an alien, like literally an alien, as if like I don't know how to fit in or like whatever. So I have just always felt this song. Like I have just always really, really connected with it. And that's why I love it so much. This really is like a genuine all-time favorite song of mine. And also, as we know, like I love a spacey song. This one literally is in space, like she's an alien. So it has like the like spacey kind of sound effects going on through it. And if I'm not mistaken, it was like William Orbit who did the production, who also did like Madonna's Ray of Light and MDNA, which both albums that I love. So yeah, it has like that really cool, like ethereal, like spacey sound, and I just love that so much. Like this really is like a crock pot of everything that I love. Like it really is just like a melting pot of every single thing that I love in music. It sounds spacey, it has a message that I really connect to, and it's Britney Spears as far as we know. So yeah, like it's literally everything that I love. I just absolutely adore this song. It's one that I've cried to a lot. It's one that, you know what it is? It's one of those songs that like I'll just like put on and like mellow out to and like think about life. Like it's just one of those ones. Like you'll find me in my room just like staring blankly listening to Alien. It's one of those songs. And ironically, it is like genuinely a personal sounding song on a non-personal album that was marketed as her most personal album. It really is funny that this is the first track and then it just goes into Work Bitch, which is just not even somewhat a personal song. But then it goes into Perfume, which is a personal song. But then it goes into It Should Be Easy, which is like not personal at all. This album is a mess. This album is a mess. But that is my ranking of Britney Jean. Yeah, it's crazy, it's all over the place, but I can't lie, like, I still do love it. Like, I really just have a soft spot for Britney Jean. Like, this was the first Britney album that I was there for when it dropped, and I'll just always have that memory of being in bed and listening to the whole album. So it really does just hold a special place in my heart for that reason. I'll always associate it with, like, my freshman year of high school, because that's when it dropped. And, yeah, it is one that I still listen to, like, regularly. I mean, I listen to her entire discography regularly, so, of course, this is just naturally gonna be in rotation. But, yeah, it definitely is her weakest. Like, I can't deny it. Like, just because I have sentimental value attached to it doesn't mean, like, I can't recognize, like, this definitely is not her best album. It's not even close. I think the gap between this one and all the rest of her albums is just very wide. It is just a very wide margin of quality for this one. But I do just think that this is possibly her most interesting album. Like, I love albums that are messy because I just want to know the story behind them. Like, I said the same thing in my Let's Get To It by Kylie Minogue ranking. I just find albums like this fascinating when they are messy, because it's like, what happens behind the scenes? Like, what was going on? What really, like, caused the production to come out like this? And how come half the vocals on this album aren't really Britney? And like, I just really want to know. Like, that's something that I almost wish that she touched on in her book, but I understand why she didn't, because I feel like the book wasn't really about her music necessarily. It was about like her personal life, and as it should have been. Like, it's not like I was expecting it to be, but one day I want the full story. I want a like 10-part Netflix documentary on the making of Britney Jean. Like, I want to know the full story. I want to know exactly because I was there. Like, I was in the trenches. I watched every YouTube interview. I watched the, oh my god, do y'all remember the Ryan Seacrest interview that she did with will.i.am, where she like basically realized that Ryan Seacrest wasn't gay, and she just had this look on her face like, wait, what? He likes girls? Like, it was so funny. Like, bless her heart. I just love her so much. Yeah, but I was there for like all of it, and so I can't hate this album. I really can't. Like, there is just like a very special connection that I have with it, and it might not be the best quality wise, but you know what? Am I still going to be listening to it all day? Absolutely. So that is my Britney Jean ranking. Thank you guys so much for listening, and happy birthday to Britney. Her birthday is tomorrow, so make sure that you guys listen to all your favorite Britney songs. Make sure you watch all of her videos, get some cake, and celebrate with your friends. It is a holy day, and it's a Saturday, but you know what? if it wasn't a Saturday, if it was a weekday, you should get that day off of work. Like, frankly, I observe that as a religious holiday, and I feel like it should be recognized as such because it is. So, thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you next time.